Well, one of the interesting things we always find here on Oklahoma Gardening every year are our different theme gardens. In addition to the traditional, the ongoing permanent gardens here, we try to feature different types of gardens every year so that you, the homeowner, can get some ideas on things you may want to add to your landscape. This year's theme gardens are going to include a garden called Plants of the Scrophulariaceae family. This is actually the figwort family, which includes many of our familiar garden plants, such as the snapdragon, the foxglove, the wishbone flower. We also are going to have a garden for the birds. Those bird lovers out there that watch the show will really enjoy this because we'll be showing different types of bird baths, bird feeders, and the different types of plants that will attract birds to the garden. And also, if you don't have space for a large garden, but you may have a small backyard or a side area by your house, we'll be showing you how to fix a patio garden. The patio garden will have our patio stones in there, and we'll also be showing some sitting areas, how to put some plants around this patio garden for more of a private area in your garden. How about a romance garden? You know, plants are a living, loving thing. The romance garden will have those things that have something to do with romance in the family, in their name, such as the Valentine sunflower, the bleeding heart, many different types of plants that have something to do with heart or love or romance in the title. And then we're going to have a garden that features gourds. Gourds is a really interesting plant. We'll be looking at the different types of gourds, how to use those gourds, whether it be for birdhouses, for dippers, and the many different types of things. There's a lot of different types of gardens we're going to have. Those are just some of the theme gardens. But one of the theme gardens that I'm really excited about is a Japanese theme garden. The Japanese theme garden is going to be a garden that will show you how to integrate some of those types of things that are in a traditional Japanese garden into your own landscape garden perhaps, but while ours is not really an authentic Japanese garden, it's going to really follow all the same patterns. And we've got that started here and hope to show you as it develops throughout the year. So Steve has been working on this, and Steve, you put a lot of work into it already. Kind of tell us what we're doing here on this this Japanese theme garden.
Well, this is something different that we're doing this year. We thought we would try to show everyone the style of gardening that is popular in Japan. Very old style of gardening. And you can see what we've done already. We've laid out water hose here in some kind of curvy shapes, and we've brought soil over and mounded it up in these kind of like small mountainous areas. And this lower area is going to be filled with white limestone gravel. And the Japanese love some type of water in their gardens, and the limestone gravel is going to imply water, like this is the sea.
And as I remember, Steve, and looking at other Japanese gardens and seeing some of them develop before, and even working, help develop one in Oklahoma City, everything in the Japanese garden has a meaning and a symbol. And this is what we're trying to portray here as much as we possibly can.
Exactly. We're going to be looking for rocks that have, specific shapes that mean specific things. And just the way we lay out our pathways with all of our stepping stones, there are particular ways to do that, and things about that have a specific meaning also.
And now I think on many of the theme gardens we have out here, they may be like just a one-year garden. And then next year we move on. And some of these we've talked about this year probably will just be for 1 year, but we're going to try to keep this one for a year or two, correct?
Absolutely. With all the work we're putting into this, we're going to keep it at least 2 or 3 years.
And this will give people out there an opportunity to come and visit the studio garden, see the Japanese garden, but also, as I said, hopefully they can watch us develop it as we go along in those different stages.
Right. We will kind of show the steps we go through and what all we're going to be doing here. And if the homeowners don't want to put in a complete Japanese garden for their landscape, maybe they can borrow little pieces of this to incorporate into their gardens.
Well, I really like the bridges and the rock and the combination of the old, really weathered-looking materials, but we sort of have a little bit of an edge here because we've got sort of a built-in consultant in our ambassadors. Tell us a little bit about our resident expert in Japanese gardening.
Yes, you're talking about Larry Jones.
Right.
He's one of our volunteers, one of our ambassadors here, and his wife is Japanese, and he has a very nice Japanese garden at home. We've actually featured his garden on our program in the past, and he is our consultant for the Japanese garden this year.
And we're going to probably see Larry on some upcoming segments. He doesn't know this yet, but we're going to see Larry on some upcoming segments to kind of show us some of the things that he's doing. So, but you've got this thing pretty well underway already. At least we have the skeleton of the garden, and
yeah,
I think it's going to really be neat.
Yeah, we've got a few bridges here. We've got an old rustic plank bridge. We're also going to make some bridges out of these Hackett stone, and just create some other Japanese structures and things like that.
Well, Steve, we're really excited about the way this has taken form and developed, and it was actually from an idea in actually in a committee's collective minds that this be one of the theme gardens, and then put on paper. Now we're seeing it develop. So that's going to be exciting to watch it develop, and we're going to be looking forward to upcoming segments to have the Japanese garden developing on it.
All right.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.